We've reached out to experts to help the industry find some clarity, discover information that can help you and your colleagues, and to get started on actionable items that will help you in the years ahead. Our very first session addresses the topic of sustainability. From the attacks on plastics, to stakeholders asking companies to do more with less, to governments, including the potential incoming Biden administration, looking to address climate change, sustainability is absolutely front and center. This political pressure to move quicker on your sustainability journey will only increase in the coming months. Let me tell you, for example, severe weather poses such a risk to companies' assets that the Federal Reserve, for the first time on Monday, formally named climate change as a potential threat to the stability of the financial system, which follows demands from Democrats and sustainability investors that Wall Street be more accountable for its contributions to global warming. We must look inside our industry and our companies to see what we can do to address our sustainability journey. The vinyl industry has been leading in sustainability for decades. And for the last 5 or 6 years, we've been leading a coordinated charge with industry partners when the industry founded the Vinyl Sustainability Council and the Vantage Vinyl program. We've been on this journey, focused on it, leading for a decade, and in the last 5 years, we've even done more. But to discuss where we've been and where we're going, please join me in welcoming Jay Thomas, the Executive Director of the Vinyl Sustainability Council and a respected leader in the sustainability community. Jay has made remarkable progress over the past year during both the pandemic and a recession. Jay is responsible for developing and executing strategies and tactics that support the sustainability mission and policies of the vinyl industry and institute. Jay has more than 20 years experience in the vinyl industry and is a certified Green Globes professional with more than 10 years sustainability experience. And we are very glad he's on our team and on our side. Jay, welcome. The floor is yours.
Great, thank you, Ned, and good afternoon to everyone. I'm presenting this update today on behalf of the entire VSC team, which includes Jen Armstrong, our sustainability manager, our leadership team, and all of our members. Starting something new from the ground up like we've done, certainly is not easy, requires a lot of work, and this team has shown tremendous dedication and perseverance. As Ned said, sustainability is core to the mission of the vinyl industry and one of the 7 strategic objectives of the Vinyl Institute. Continuous improvement in sustainability is not just good for the environment, our employees, and society, it's also good for business. Next. Our journey as a council of the Vinyl Institute started in 2016, and we've come a very long way in 5 short years, starting with the storming and norming process of starting a new initiative in 2016, followed by development of the roadmap, which took us to the materiality analysis that informed the identification of the most important priority areas for the industry focus. While knowing where to focus is certainly important, so too is developing a viable sustainability program that has value to individual member companies and has a real and sustained impact on improving the overall industry. Big issues requiring innovative solutions that require collaboration, commitment, perseverance, and adaptability. The Vantage Vinyl Verification Program was born from that process, and the implementation of a pilot test of the initial program in 2019 allowed us to learn by doing. And we've learned a lot that has informed the Vantage Vinyl Verification Update that meets the industry challenges and will move the industry forward. Next. But where are we going? What is our destination? Our vision is for the Vinyl Sustainability Council to represent the entire vinyl value chain in a unified effort to advance sustainability. Key to that effort is a verification program called Vantage Vinyl that is a recognized brand in the market. It drives consumer preference and improves the environmental and health perceptions of vinyl. The similar in concept to Energy Star for energy efficiency or the Sustainable Forestry Initiative for wood. Of course, in the end, we all know that it's not really a final destination, but rather a continuous journey of sustainability improvement. Next. So that's the history and the vision. What have we been up to in 2020? Next. So the answer to that question is we've been up to a lot. We're now up to 47 members strong, with the addition of 7 new members this year after a successful membership drive beginning this summer. So I'm happy to report that we are well on our way to reaching our goal of 10 new members in 2020. Next. Marketing is central to our success, and we've made great progress thanks to the support of the VI marketing team of Susan Wade and Sarah Goodwin. Our members consistently tell us that our success will be largely a result of our ability to communicate and develop brand preference for the Vantage Vinyl brand. As a result, we put in place a marketing committee consisting of member companies and industries, and it's chaired by Tiffany Davis of HTMX Industries. One of the key outputs from the committee was the completion of the Vantage Vinyl brand plan, which is really a roadmap to building that brand. We published our first sustainability report in 2020, and we're proud that it received two awards for excellence in communications. That was a great endorsement of the report and also allowed us to get additional exposure and publicity. Next slide. We also revamped the Vantage Vinyl website, changing it from an internally focused membership development site to an externally focused message, communicating the Vantage Vinyl program to our customers. This website is the face of the Vantage Vinyl brand and an important tool in communicating the advantages to your customers of working with Vantage Vinyl verified companies. I'm also happy to report that the website update received a Marcom Gold Award of Excellence in the digital communications category. Next. Also at the recommendation of the marketing committee, we built content regarding the benefits of vinyl materials in infection control. Working with architect Jane Rohde, we developed an information white paper on the role of material selection in cleaning and disinfection of public spaces. And we just finalized a series of infographics that you see on the right side of the current slide. It's focused on 4 building vertical markets. The infographics provide a simple, scannable medium that we can use to attract the attention to the cleanability benefits of vinyl products. During this period of heightened concern, the infographics are also available to be co-branded by VSC member companies for use in their marketing. Next. Finally, in today's social media world, it is important for the VSC and Vantage Vinyl to have a robust social presence. Thanks to the work of Sarah Goodwin, we launched our LinkedIn and Twitter presence and have been building our following through consistent content development. Next. The industry recycled more than 1 billion pounds of vinyl in 2019, and as Rich indicated, about 14% of that, or 140 million pounds, was post-consumer. According to the EPA, 1.9 billion pounds of vinyl is landfilled on an annual basis. Today, more than 30% of available material is being recycled, but clearly there's an opportunity to increase the recycling rate. The industry is doing a great job with post-industrial vinyl. A very large percentage of that material is either recycled by the original manufacturer or has demand for another use. The demand for this material is strong and growing. On the other hand, consumer recycling is more challenging, but we can do more. Waste management and recycling is one of the 6 priority areas of our sustainability program and an important component of the story of the circularity of vinyl material. We have focused a lot of resources on this area and have included a special recyclers VSC membership category and the establishment of a task force called V-Cycle under the leadership of Drew Vrana from Tarkett and Rich Kroc of the VI. The task force has identified a goal to increase the rate of post-consumer vinyl recycling to 160 million pounds per year by 2025. So certainly setting that goal is an important catalytic mechanism to focus the industry on improving the recycling rate. But we have to do more than just set a goal to drive improvement. Certainly a part of that is education, and the Vinyl Siding Institute is developing an educational program targeted at members and customers to be launched in 2021. And the annual V-Cycle Recycling Summit offers a full day of education on all things vinyl recycling. Innovation is also important, and the VI and the VSC have several projects planned for 2021 focused on topics such as advanced recycling. There will be hurdles, of course, to post-consumer recycling, and some of them are known, some of them are unknown. Conducting a limited scope pilot project will enable industry participants to learn by doing. Identifying hurdles to success and building a business plan that we can then use as a springboard for attracting investment in the infrastructure. We've partnered with the Vinyl Roofing Division of the CFFA on a flexible vinyl pilot project, and the Vinyl Siding Institute on a rigid vinyl application. Both are important initiatives to bring focus to reaching our 2025 recycling goal and identifying how two important segments of the vinyl industry can participate. Carbon reduction and carbon neutrality are important concepts that are a focus of sustainability discussions and strategies. The built environment generates 39% of global energy-related carbon emissions with operational carbon, which is also known as the use phase of the building operation, representing 28%. That leaves 11% from embodied carbon, which is the amount generated during the manufacture, transport, and construction of the building. Importantly, that proportion of the embodied carbon will grow over time as building energy efficiency improves. Embodied carbon has become an important specifying criteria in building construction, and in many cases, vinyl compares favorably versus other alternative materials. The VSC has taken a leadership role in working with vinyl product trade associations to pursue inclusion of product information into a tool called EC3, which stands for Embodied Carbon and Construction Calculator. The tool is quickly becoming the de facto method to compare embodied carbon across product categories. To date, Resilient Flooring and Vinyl Roofing are participating with several other product trade associations in consideration. Vinyl is a global industry, and associations similar to the VI and sustainability programs similar to Vantage Vinyl exist around the world. Two sustainability programs in particular, the PVC Stewardship Program in Australia and the Vinyl Plus program in Europe, have been in place for over 20 years and are role models to what it takes to develop and manage a successful program. We're taking advantage of that experience by benchmarking our program against these programs to learn how we can accelerate our program development with fewer resources. It's as simple as the concept of not reinventing the wheel. Certainly, these are different parts of the world with different environmental regulations, stakeholder expectations, so not everything is exactly the same. However, there is much more that is comparable than what is not. I know there are members that participate on the international stage, see value in a certain level of reciprocity or harmonization between the programs to reduce the redundancy of multiple certifications for sustainability across the globe. So you can see that we've accomplished a lot, but what does the future hold? We learned a lot from piloting the Vantage Vinyl Verification Program in 2019, and we're taking that learning into the update of the verification scheme. For any industry's sustainability program to be credible, your stakeholders must understand what you stand for. What are the commitments that you're making, and how are you performing against them? The next step in the progression of the program is to set transparent commitments and measure and report progress. One of those commitments is to increasing post-consumer recycling volumes. With the importance of recycling, the resources we have committed to it, and our ability to measure at the industry level, we've set a 2025 recycling target to catalyze the industry around a common goal. We will measure and report our progress over time against this important goal. Industry improvement will also be measured and communicated through the industry leaders that are committed to Vantage Vinyl verification. Each company is measured against their compliance with the 5 sustainability pillars of the program guiding principles. Their collective performance over time will be an important metric to communicate the improvement of the industry. These companies will be featured in our communication through our annual sustainability report and profiles of their sustainability stories on our website and other communication means. By making these companies the heroes of the Vantage Vinyl program, we will be providing them with an important benefit that will assist them in communicating to their targeted audiences. We need to consistently increase the participation in Vantage Vinyl verification in order to grow the brand in the marketplace and make it meaningful. By providing this powerful and important benefit, we hope to gain the attention of other companies who would also like to receive this positive publicity of their commitment to sustainability and drive demand for more verifications. So what you see here now on the slide is an example of company compliance and how to report that. This is a slide that we borrowed from the Vinyl Council of Australia, whose PVC stewardship program is very similar in structure. In our case, we'll be verifying against the guiding principles, which are captured on the left-hand side of the graphic: environmental stewardship, social diligence, economic soundness, collaboration, and open communications. Achieving verification will require 50% compliance to the guiding principles, and companies will be recognized with bronze, silver, and gold designations for successfully higher levels of compliance. So what you see in this chart is the 41 participants in the PVC stewardship program and their individual scores, with company 1 showing a score of 100% compliance and company 41 at 50% compliance. The benefit of this methodology is that companies all along the sustainability continuum, from those early in the journey to those that are more mature, can participate. You don't need 100% compliance to participate, though there is still a minimum standard, and companies are rewarded for higher levels of achievement. It provides a means and measurement tool for companies to benchmark their progress against the aggregate score of the other verifying companies and themselves from year to year. Here's another example of how we'll communicate the progress of verified companies over time to tell the story of the progress of the vinyl industry leaders as a proxy for the advancement of the vinyl industry. So here you see over time percentage compliance. In this case, it will be to the guiding principles over a period of time. It's a nice way to show what are many qualitative criteria in a quantitative way. Next. So we've come a long way with the VSC and our Vantage Vinyl program. We've built a strong foundation to achieve our objectives, to advance the sustainability of the industry, and to develop a recognized brand that drives customer preference and improves the environmental and health perceptions of vinyl. The next steps with the update of the Vantage Vinyl scheme are just as important. A meeting of the full membership of the VSC will occur on December 2nd, at which time the scheme update will be introduced, and the program plan and timeline for relaunching the Vantage Vinyl brand will be communicated. When we talk to our customers, our members' customers, they tell us that they are looking for help in understanding which companies and products are more sustainable. There's a lot of conflicting information in the market, and it's difficult to tell where the truth lies. They're looking for transparent, verifiable, and credible information. We've built the Vantage Vinyl program to answer this need and are building the brand to stand for verified sustainability performance. A brand that can be trusted to identify companies that have made a commitment to sustainability and are building a better vinyl. On behalf of the VSC team, thank you for your time and attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Which I guess to do that, you need to raise your hand and then we'll unmute you.
Hi, Jay. This is Susan. I have a question that came in. You talked about measuring individual company compliance to the guiding principles and then aggregating those results for reporting purposes, which is an interesting approach, though it doesn't necessarily indicate the industry as a whole. So what about setting goals for the entire industry?
Sure, that's a great question, and I think where appropriate, we will certainly do that. And the example of recycling is the best example, where we have a very strong focus. We have a means to measure, and we have programs in place to help affect the outcome. I think it gets a little trickier when we look at some other types of measurements for the entire industry, and our ability to affect that outcome is somewhat limited, being a segment of the entire industry. So I think we have to be a little bit careful with setting really big goals that we don't have the ability to necessarily directly impact. I think that's where the concept of measuring against those companies that are verifying to the program comes in, and I think is a very kind of elegant way to promote their leadership, but also be a sort of a proxy to the progress that the industry is making.
Jay, very good presentation. I really appreciate that. We have maybe time for one more question. We have one that pops up. But I will tell you, I am very impressed with the progress the team has been making. Excited to hear about the potential pilot programs that you're going to be launching next year for recycling of roofing and also of vinyl siding with the Vinyl Siding Institute. So having both a rigid and a flexible pilot program next year is really remarkable. I also really sincerely appreciate the partnership that you're having with the Vinyl Council of Australia, finding out how they're doing it and kind of learning from their great advances and successes is exactly what we want to do strategically. So congratulations to everybody at the Vinyl Sustainability Council. And I see one question, and how does the program compare to how the metal industries measure sustainability? I'm not sure that you know, Jay, but have we looked at how we're doing this compared to the metals side?
I have not. It's an interesting question, and certainly I think it's worth pursuing and looking at, but I don't have any direct experience.
Other than obviously knowing that the PVC products are such a better product than that rusty ductile iron that people are using. I see a question. Again, not quite sure I know if we'll be able to answer this, but how should we look at the future of stormwater harvesting in relation to the vinyl industry?
You kind of broke up a little bit in that. I didn't hear the beginning part of that. How should we look at?
How should we look at stormwater harvesting in relation to the vinyl industry?
Did you get that, Jay?
Yeah, I heard that. And to be honest with you, when you say stormwater harvesting, I assume that's pertaining to combined sewer overflows. And I would assume then that connects to infrastructure. And certainly vinyl and vinyl pipes play an important role there. But I'm not exactly sure the context of that question.
So we have captured the folks who answer or ask those questions. We'll look into it and we'll get back to folks with some suggestions. We obviously have some relationship with farmers in the Midwest who obviously put the stormwater captures under their fields. And we also have some great speakers coming up next that can talk to us exactly about what's going on in infrastructure that might be able to answer that question as well. So great questions. And Jay, thank you again for your participation and your leadership of the Vinyl Sustainability Council.